Much to the dismay of those in Milwaukee, the Toronto Raptors are 1 win away from going to the NBA Finals for the first time in the 24 years that their franchise has existed in the NBA. For the first time in this series, the road team wins. Toronto takes it 105-99. First time all season, the Bucks lost a game here when they led going to the fourth quarter. And the first time all year, they've lost 3 games in a row. Let's take a look at the highlights as we welcome you in. The Toronto Raptors come to Milwaukee, win it 105-99. Again, the first 3-game losing streak of the season for the Bucks, and it comes at the worst possible time. Now they're on the brink of elimination with Toronto going home and trying to clinch this series and go to the NBA Finals. We had Inside Tracks, Mike Budenholzer inside the Milwaukee locker room after the game.
We got to go win a game on Saturday, whatever day it is. It's the first and 4. It's the first and 4. We go win in Toronto, we come back here. That's all that we're thinking about. Come on.
So on Fred VanVleet, this courtesy of Underdog, first 15 games of the postseason, 1 game in double digits, 8 of 41 from 3. Last 2 games, back-to-back games in double digits, 12 out of 18 field goals, 10 out of 12 from deep, and he was key tonight.
He was fantastic. Well, the last 3 games, Ernie, he's been, the Toronto bench is outplayed the Milwaukee bench. That's been the difference in the series. And Ernie, let me explain to you why I said to you before the game why he shouldn't have started Malcolm Brogdon. Okay, who's the second best player on Milwaukee?
Chris Middleton.
He took the 5, there's 4 guys took more shots than him. That's why. When you put another guy who's going to shoot the ball into the lineup, it takes away possession. They need to get Middleton going. Bledsoe played fantastic. I told you, he was my key. He had 20 points. If you put Brogdon's 15, 17 points coming off the bench, that was the difference in the game. They had nothing coming off the bench, but to me, the number one thing it did, it took away Middleton's attempt. He only got 9 attempts. 9 attempts.
But Brogdon started 64. Every time he played in the regular season, he started.
It's different now, Ernie. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. You don't win 2 series and chain up your starting lineup, especially when you've been getting killed off the bench. The difference in the last 2 games has been the what? Bench. So why would you take your best player off the bench and put him in the starting lineup?
To get more efficiency in the offense. You know, I hate when people say you got to get him going. No, he got to get himself going. He know how to shoot. He know how to play. He didn't play with a sense of urgency. He didn't play well. I know the other guys got played, but like Ernie said, Brogdon been starting 64 games. They had a hell of a season. They've been in first all year. It don't matter who start. You got to get your own attempts. 2 for 9 because he didn't play aggressive enough. He was off. He was tentative. He got to step up, period.
2 for 9 ain't enough shots. But these other guys should not be getting all those attempts, plain and simple.
You know, if I look at Milwaukee, and I was thinking about this as Budenholzer was saying that speech. Being on I've been blessed to be on championship teams. This position actually felt good for us, because this is the time that you look to your left, you look to your right, and you go, is he real? Because you're not going to win a championship if the guys aren't really connected anyway. You're not going to win a championship by not going down in a series. You're not going to win a championship by fighting through adversity. So this is the adversity. And this is when you either lock arms or you start cutting the cord. And you're saying, I'm going to try to do it myself. So for me, this is the championship moment. This is what it's made of. This would be exciting if I was a Milwaukee player to know I might win an NBA championship, because now we're going to lock on.
They will go to Toronto on Saturday, where the Bucks will try to stay alive, and the Raptors will try to punch their ticket to the finals against Golden State. Back with more on Inside, live from Milwaukee after this.
You're watching Inside the NBA, brought to you by Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Visit kia.com to learn more.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating more than 100 years in basketball. Goodyear, more driven. There's a landmark. Well, it's kind of a landmark. There's a place that you're familiar with, right? Major Goolsby.
One of the best places in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you've been coming here since you were a player. Look at this.
Oh, Dale Harris.
Dale Harris.
Dale Harris.
Yes.
Hey,
Good old days.
The good old days.
They had they named that pig after you.
I've been in that place like 4 years ago, and I saw this, and I was laughing. That's what I was here for, the full court refresh. I was refurbishing courts. I refurbished courts here in Milwaukee like 4 years ago.
No doubt. I tell you what, I spent a lot of fun nights at Major Goolsby.
Got a chair
one of the great places in Milwaukee to go along with Perkins and the 5 o'clock Steakhouse. The 3 best places in Milwaukee. I got to see you, Goolsby. I don't know, though. I ain't lying. I'm nervous now.
It's a
you said 7 earlier.
Hey,
it's a 3-2 lead for the Raptors in this series as Game 6 will be played back at Scotiabank Arena. The night for Fred VanVleet. 21 points tonight after 7 in the first 2 games on the road in this series. And he goes 7 out of 13 and a career high 7 out of 9 from deep. And these were the thoughts on the Toronto win from their head coach, Nick Nurse.
It's you and I have talked a lot about, hopefully we regress to the mean a little bit, right? He was kind of due for one of these nights because we know he's a good shooter. I haven't said much to him, Scott. I think, again, he went 1 for 12 the other night in that double overtime game. And I didn't even know it because I thought he played so great. You know, he was in a must play good situation, you know, because Kyle fouled out and we went to double overtime. He played at least 16 straight minutes and he ran the team and played defense and he oozes confidence. He oozes the confidence that spreads to the other guys. And again, he just stepped into the shots that were there tonight and he was probably due to get hot in these playoffs. It's been probably a long time coming. Great.
You know what? It's funny, Ernie, because I've been in the position of Fred VanVleet. When you're not the first option or a guy coming off the bench, what happens is if you're coming off the bench like he is, some nights the ball finds you. And then other nights you have to find the ball. Tonight, he found the ball because when it's not finding you and you shoot 2 for 5, and then the next game you shoot 2 for 7. You all of a sudden you're 4 for 12 and you look like you're having a bad series. So you have to say, I have to find the ball now. I have to go be a little more aggressive because even though we have to go through Leonard, I have to make sure I get my attempts up and find the ball. And because you don't find the ball every time when you're the second, when you're the third or fourth or fifth option.
And we all know every game's going to be different. You know, 1-2 punch always has to do what they do. We just need one other guy to have that game. First 2 games he didn't play well, but tonight he hit some timely shots, and Kenny I think found him tonight.
I think if you paid attention to what the coach said, I think it was very important. He kept shooting. Like a lot of guys don't go 1 for 12. They go 1 for 7. They stop shooting. That tells me a guy, hey, I'm going to keep jacking it up. If you go 1 for 12, but he said something also interesting, you can do other stuff. And he did other stuff, but now he's hitting shots. But I will tell you this.
I'm waiting for this one.
I will tell you this.
Tell us.
Game 7 is Saturday night for the Toronto Raptors. Let me tell you something. If they don't win Game 6, they're not coming back here and win. Game 6 is their Game 7. They got to be all in, all hands on deck, because they're not going to come and win a Game 7 in Milwaukee.
They have won 3 in a row in this series. They win here, first team to win on the road in this series, and they are a win away. Not sure if Fred VanVleet or Steph.
Hey, he gets the last laugh tonight. Drake, you get the last laugh tonight, baby.
You reckon he'll be at the game on Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back.